Ilang araw bagong eleksyon, nagkaroon po ako ng pagkakataong maka one-on-one si COMELEC Chairman Sixto Brillantes Jr. Dito po sinagot niyang ilang issue kaugnay sa paghahanda ngayong eleksyon 2013. Narito po ang unang bahagi ng aking panayam. Mga kapuso, ilang araw na lang po at 2013 elections na po. Ito po ang kauna-unahang eleksyon kung saan magsisilbing chairman po si COMELEC Chairman Sixto Brillantes. At ngayong araw po, kakamustahin po natin ang paghahanda ng COMELEC pati na rin ni Chairman Brillantes. Chairman, magandang tanghali po at salamat po sa pagpapaunlak ng isang panayam sa amin. Ilang tulog na lang actually at eleksyon na, pinaghahandaan nyo for 3 years. Ano ho ba yung mga una, iniisip po ninyo ngayon? I'm sure nagka-jumble-jumble po ba yung source code, yung mga liquor ban, yung money ban na hindi po napaunlakan?
This is not really the hard part of the preparation. Nandito na, we're already in the end part, which is really the implementation. Ito na ho, i-implement na namin. Tapos na wala ang policy namin, determination. All the preparations have been completed about 2 weeks ago.
Sir, pero parang yung mga regular citizens po, pag napanood nila sa balita, parang may mga isyong humahabol, like the source. Unahin po natin yung source code. So, hindi pa rin ito yung, you wouldn't consider this pa rin the hard part? This is just a minor issue po for you, sir?
Well, in a sense, it becomes a problem of COMELEC dahil sa pag wala nga naman yung source code, nagkakaroon ng issue sa credibility ng election dito. Kami, ang position namin all the time is that the source code, there are 2 kinds of review that should be done in the source code. One is the review by an independent, international independent certifier. And then, the political parties and the interested groups. Yun ang pangalawang review. Yung una, nakumpleto na namin yan as far back as February. The independent certifier international in Denver, the SLI Global, already reviewed the source code of Dominion and they already issued the certification that it is not only proper, it is secured and it is accurate. So okay na kami. In 2010, nobody was able to review a source code. And yet we proceeded with the elections without the source code. Without the source code being reviewed. Meron source code pero hindi na-review. Meaning, review is not really that mandatory, especially if it is the review of political parties and independent groups. Ang argument ko doon, sabi ko, bakit naman i-depend natin ang eleksyon natin sa review ng mga political parties? Ang importante is sa akin, ang reading ko sa batas, is yung review ng independent international certifier is the crucial review. And if that is done, pwede nang ituloy ang eleksyon.
Would you say, Chairman, compared to the problems nung 2010, like, di ba yung nagka-problema sila sa CF cards and parang just a week before elections, they had to redistribute. Mas malaking problema po yun?
Malaking problema yun noong 2010, which we did not experience anymore now. Under our final testing and sealing, compared to 2010, wala hong comparison. Noon, 100% ang glitches. Ngayon, not even more than 100 for the 78,000 PICOs. So, practically negligible na ang mga glitches ngayon.
Chairman, yung another issue that cropped up this week, yung power failure. At talagang kahapon kasi medyo malawakan yung brownout. But you already said before, Chairman, na kahit magkaroon ng power failure, the machines are capable of operating dahil meron naman po silang mga baterya.
What we are worried about is brownout when we reach the evening. Pagdating ng gabi, diyan na mag-uumpisa ang canvassing, the second stage. Pag nag-canvassing at madilim na dahil mag-voting will end at 7 o'clock, pag nag-brown out dyan magkakaroon ng problema. So dyan namin rin-reserva yung mga gensets. Swerte na nga at ngayon na nangyari kaysa sa araw ng eleksyon. And this gave us a warning na pwedeng mangyari. So with what happened yesterday, there is now a warning that there is a possibility that there could be a problem in Luzon. So that even the Department of Energy is now anticipating and ensuring na hindi na mauulit. At sinasabi rin naman nila, hindi na mauulit yan sa election day. Kasi may preparasyon na, alam na natin na may problema rin. So inaayos na nila ngayon ating mga power plants.
Another, two minor issues also, if you could call it that, na humabol po etong linggo na to, yung, yung paglabas ng TRO on the liquor ban and on the money ban po. Ano hong masasabi po ninyo tungkol dito?
Nagbibiro nga kami, panayata ang TRO natin galing Supreme Court. Pero sabi ko, okay lang. Insofar as the liquor ban is concerned, it is not really a big issue to us.
Meron ho bang parang tampo sa parte ng COMELEC laban sa Korte Suprema?
Nagbibiro ako, magre-resign lang yata ako. Mukhang ako yata malas dito sa COMELEC. Ang konting tampo ko lang dyan, every time nagkakaroon ng issue, nag-i-issue ng temporary order. Hindi nila rin-resolve ang merits of the case. Yun, talaga naman yun. Yun lang naman. Pero sabi ko nga, Korte Suprema ito, I've been a lawyer for almost 50 years now. Ako naman talaga naman napakataas, sabi ko nga, na respeto ko sa Supreme Court. So I cannot go against. All that I'm asking is that resolve the merits of the cases rather than issuing temporary orders.
Mga kapuso, sa ikalawang bahagi po ng aking panayam kay COMELEC Chairman Brillantes, alamin naman po natin kung anong gusto niyang maiwang pamana o yun pong tinatawag na legacy sa pagbaba sa pwesto 2 taon mula po ngayon.